Hi, Maker Kevin Myers. Welcome back to the 24/7 News Show. It is April 15th, 2019. Not yet. We're recording it on the 10th, but it will be that date when this goes up on YouTube. Anyway, let's jump right in with our technology news. And this isn't actually technology, but my rationale is technology was required for this to be made. So there you go. It's technology. So it is this photo. It is the first photo of a black hole ever taken, ever seen by humanity. Everything before this was just computer renderings or drawings. But this is what a black hole actually looks like. It was taken with an array of telescopes here on Earth, not one specific one, so it wasn't just like a photo of the Hubble telescope, because black holes are very hard to photograph because they suck in all light. Essentially, once light passes the event horizon, it cannot come back, because normally when you look at something, the light travels. Light from the sun or an artificial light source like the ones we have in the studio will travel from the light source, bounce off an object such as the camera I'm looking at now, and then bounce into my eye. And that's how we see things, and that's how cameras see things too. A light bounces off something and then into the camera sensor. But you can't do that with something in space, or you can do it with most things in space. A star emits its own light to be captured by a sensor, and planets reflect light from stars, but a black hole sucks in all light and does not allow anything to escape. Nothing can escape the event horizon, not even the fastest thing besides the expansion of the universe, which would be light. So, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but light is very fast, even it cannot escape a black hole. So that is why there is that massive dark black center there. But it's surrounded by light because essentially this black holes, they have, much like a star, they have particles and substances orbiting them, slowly moving in closer and closer until they get sucked into the black hole, obviously. So that is just a cloud of various particles that do in fact emit light that can be observed, that can be captured by a camera. So extensively, that's what's going on there, and it's pretty amazing. It's a breakthrough because we've been theorizing about black holes for the longest time, but we could only say that theoretically they exist, that because based on all this math we've done, black holes must exist, otherwise nothing makes sense. But now we actually have photographic evidence that black holes exist, so that is obviously very cool. But let's move on to world news. And in politics, Warner Brothers Pictures is taking legal action against Donald Trump for posting a video to Twitter as part of his 2020 re-election campaign. Now, in the video, he made numerous BS claims, just generally being butthurt about how everyone's being so mean to him because he feels entitled to the presidency by saying, oh, first they make fun of you, then they call you racist, all these stupid captions that you kind of expect from him at this point. But the thing is, he also, under the video, he added the track, he added the score for The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, for The Dark Knight Rises from 2012. And that's a copyrighted track. You can't just put that in your videos, especially not any sort of for-profit endeavor, such as a political campaign or anything that you're making money off of. And so Warner Brothers Stuff is basically like, no, you cannot use this track, and is threatening legal action against the Trump campaign, which is awesome, not just because I hate Trump, but because you do have to defend your IP now. Warner Brothers Pictures is owned by Warner Media, which owns Turner Broadcasting, which owns CNN. And that's a big part of why Donald Trump was opposed to the Time Warner AT&T merger, is because, oh, CNN's gonna get to merge with AT&T. I don't want CNN to be, I don't want CNN to have any good benefits of anything because I don't like that they report on all the things they say and do. But this isn't a liberal media thing. Like, you have to defend your IP, intellectual property. And this is the intellectual property of Warner Brothers Pictures and, of course, everyone who worked on that movie. So if you want to put that song in your video, you need to reach out to the creator first. You need to reach out to Warner Brothers Pictures. Their lawyers will get back to you, tell you. They might not get back to you, but if they don't get back to you, do not use the song. It's that simple, but they will tell you whether or not you can use the song. Now, you might be asking, okay, so I understand that. How do you guys use music? How do we use music? Well, the intro music to this video, the 24/7 News Show, that is a copyright-free track, and we use copyright-free tracks a lot from NCS, which is No Copyright Sounds. You can use any of their songs in your video. All they ask is you put a link in the description to the song, which we do, when we use NCS tracks. And then the song we use for the intro is something we got from SoundCloud. It is also a copyright-free track. Now, for other stuff, for something that's not copyright-free, like an Imagine Dragons song, for example, which we've used at the end of our videos in the past, in those instances, ideally you should reach out to the creator. But because we've gone over YouTube's policies to make sure we are operating well within YouTube's guidelines, and this is not a for-profit endeavor, I make no money off of these videos because they're not monetized. Partially we can't. We don't have enough subscribers or watch hours to do that yet. But essentially, we don't make any money off of these videos. So since it's not a for-profit endeavor, we are allowed to use those songs in our videos. And what will happen is if it's an Imagine Dragons song, a lot of times YouTube will put ads before and after our video, which give profits to Imagine Dragons. Essentially, Imagine Dragons is making money off of our video because we use their track in it, which it's a little weird, but I just put up with it because I like their music and also because that's just how YouTube works. If it's a Pink song, Pink's getting the money. If it's a Childish Gambino song, Childish Gambino's getting the money. But that's how YouTube copyright policy works. But if it's a for-profit endeavor, if you are getting any monetary or political gain, you need to reach out to the creator first, and many times they're gonna say no, because you need to negotiate massive contracts. You need to pay huge royalties in order to use songs. Like whenever you see a song in an ad for something, if it's a modern song, like you might remember a few years ago, Toyota was running these commercials where they would play the song "Best Day of My Life" by I think it was American Authors was the name of the band, but so Toyota was paying massive royalties to the record label that was producing those songs. And that's how a lot of commercials work. That's why sometimes you'll actually see commercials where they'll play a really old song that is in the public domain, meaning that it is a song so old, no record label owns the rights to that song, therefore you can use it however you want. But yes, excessively, you cannot use an ad from a movie that's less than 10 years old. You cannot use it in a political ad. And of course, Warner Media does not want to be associated with the Trump administration because, number one, they own a reputable news outlet, and also just because of the hatred that surrounds that, they want to be able to appeal to the widest audience possible, and you can't do that by being pro-Trump or even turning a blind eye to something Trump does with your content. Anyway, that's it for the 24/7 News Show. Thanks for watching. Like, dislike, comment below on the situation. I might have done that. I think I went like, dislike. I think I did that wrong. Whatever. Thanks for watching the 24/7 News Show.